When I bought my PC in the UK to live stream with, bought it from PC Specialist. One of the things I was going to work out was whether I was going to go Intel or AMD. I ultimately chose AMD, and here's why. Now, before I start this video, I think it's the right time to say this. This channel is now subsequently sponsored by AMD, which is amazing. It's like if you are a fanboy of a particular product and their company was like, yo, you use Streamlabs? Streamlabs is here to help you out. Something like that, and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And that's kind of what happened with AMD. I was very vocal about supporting AMD before they came aboard, and they heard about it. When I moved back to South Africa, the local rep was like, yo, we can help out. And it's amazing because obviously sponsors keep this channel afloat and allow me to carry on doing this, what I'm doing right now. And in South Africa, that's a big deal. There are not many full-time content creators that can say that, and brands like AMD made that happen for me. It's a huge privilege. But I thought that before I started making content about some of the processes and some of the products that they produce, let me tell you a little bit of a story about why I built my machine as a Ryzen-centered machine. And thanks to AMD, I'm giving away a couple of these Ryzen 5 2600s. This is better than the one that I had, and I had a Ryzen 5, but it was the one below this. This is the 2600 processor. I've got 5 more of these to give away, I think. I'm giving away one every 2 weeks. I'll include a link in the description below, so make sure that you check these out. Oh, sherbet. In my decision making, there were a couple of things. In fact, I remember having this discussion whether I should go Intel AMD with a rep from PC Specialist. PC Specialist are an amazing company, and this is not at all sponsored by them. If you're in the UK, they help me out big time. They have this really cool system that helps you buy a PC. It's really simple and easy, and a lot of local companies are doing similar things, but not to that extent, which is really cool. In fact, having those drop-down menus and being able to refer to the exact components inside your machine is amazing, and they keep it on the database, and you can upgrade it by going click, I want to upgrade my machine, and they know exactly what you've got, which is really cool. It makes PC building super easy. And this rep was trying to explain to me why Ryzen was such a good processor. I knew it in my heart. I was probably gonna go AMD. I had an Intel processor before. I wasn't necessarily happy with it. Had a single core processor. I heard all these stories about multi-core processing with AMD and how that's gonna help me as a content creator, because I'm not just a gamer exclusively. I use my rig to make videos, to live stream with, to play video games with, and I needed something that was gonna make that a better experience. And the single core processors didn't seem to handle many operations at once, and especially if you're a content creator, because you're not only operating Photoshop at one given time. In some cases, you're opening Photoshop and Illustrator at the same time, or After Effects and Premiere, and being able to jump between those swiftly and easily is a big deal. Then the debate with the rep was which Ryzen processor should I go for? Eventually I went for a mid-tier Ryzen chip, the Ryzen 5, because it was super cheap. I remember comparing the prices to Intel and Ryzen and going wow, Ryzen's extremely affordable and the performance is better. When I was watching all these reviews, the processor was just outrageous. So I decided that if I get the multi-core processing in an AMD chip for my content creation, why would I spend a premium on a single core processor in Intel and get less performance for more money? It didn't make any sense to me. So anyway, I focused on that. Look, there are other debates here, and I know there's going to be a lot of noise in the comments about overclocking and so on, but AMD chips are overclockable as well. You can overclock them to your heart's content. You really want something that's more future-proof. Multi-core processing is such a big deal. If you're just exclusively a gamer, you might have different opinions, but the way I use my machine is for many different reasons. I want a single box that handles everything that I do, and I don't want to have specific machines that do different processes. Subsequently, I've upgraded. I don't have a Ryzen 5 in there. I've got a Ryzen 7, and my next machine, I don't know, hopefully is a Threadripper. And if you want to see anything that AMD is doing with Threadripper, it's crazy. Having 7nm chips out before Intel, and Intel's a whole bunch of stuff of theirs is leaked already, and I know a lot of people were predicting this. I don't like to say anything until it's all set in stone, but people were predicting that Intel were behind on the smaller nanometer chips. Yeah, it looks like they're only going to be getting 10nm next year. Looks like it. Correct me if any information has changed, by the way, because videos are weird. I'll put this up and new information will come around. drop it down in the comments. And I follow the comments. So yes, I felt like I was future-proofing myself, and I'm very happy that I did. So I have a Ryzen box over there, 32 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 7. It's beautiful. But hopefully we'll be upgrading to a Threadripper with a new motherboard that supports that, having like incredible performance when it comes to exporting and rendering the videos that I'm editing, live streaming as well. And live streaming has been particularly insane as well. I've got a Ryzen 7 2700X right now. Being able to live stream with just the CPU handling the live stream on that box as a dedicated streaming box is incredible. I'm getting like a really good compression out, and I'm really proud of that. And I'm really excited to see OBS support more AMD based infrastructure. AMD are really putting a lot of work and effort into, if you watch any of their press conferences, into production. It's not just about making games look great, which is super important for us gamers, but also being able to support like LucasArts and have like the most amazing like visual effects that are rendered on that side. So yeah, I'm very excited about AMD, and that's why I chose to have an AMD rig. In fact, I've got a Radeon Vega 56 inside there. That was the card of choice that I chose, and I'm super happy with it. I will be upgrading my rig and going full AMD, but yeah, I'm pretty much an AMD fanboy for those particular reasons. And I think this is a good thing. I think Intel, for the hugest period of time, have kind of just led the charge when it comes to processors and haven't been really well contested. AMD's been sleeping on the job, but AMD, especially recently, I can see, you know, they've built the infrastructure and fortified to take Intel on, and that's a good thing for us gamers. When the industry swings like this, then there's more competition, and that more competition means better products. Having 7nm chips, that was something that people thought was going to be impossible, scientifically impossible, but we're getting them. Like they're available now, and it's just like on the deal, on the slide. Let's just pop them out. So it's a very exciting time for gaming. More options in terms of hardware, and the way hardware works is better. The more competition is better, and I'm excited that AMD have stepped up and are making some really high-end products, and that the focus is pretty much my segment of the market, people that make content and play video games, which is a big deal. Let me know what you guys think. I know this is a divisive subject, and I know a lot of people have got like their own opinions. I want to know what you guys think below. I'll be reading the comments. I'll be interacting with you. I'll be taking some of your words in. I know there's some Intel fanboys out there as well that are going to be defending Intel. Please don't dislike this video as a result. This is a discussion. I'm just voicing my opinion, why I think AMD is so good. If they have affordable, extremely powerful processors that rival Intel's like on another level and supersede them in many cases, as somebody that's been working on them for the last 3 years, I'm beyond happy. And then to get sponsored by them after it is just, it's on another level. Oh, and don't forget, if you guys want to win that Ryzen 5 2600, I'm going to include a link in the description below. It can be yours. It can be yours. I'll see you guys in another video. High five, stranger.